Namaste, welcome yogis. Thank you so much for joining me today. I thought we would do a nice end of the week practice, something that is soothing and refreshing and rejuvenating. Sometimes our week can be so filled with activities where we might feel our low back and the mid upper back area being tense. So I want to really target those areas, allow you to soften into the back areas, and also to really nourish the adrenal glands, which sit right on top of the kidneys. So for this practice, I would highly suggest, if you have blankets or maybe even a thin pillow would come in handy. We're not going to use anything else, but if you would like to grab your blanket, and I will soon meet you on your mat. So come into your mat, please. Go ahead and, if you're using your blanket, go ahead and come into child's pose. We're going to do a supported child's pose. And I like to take my blanket and just put it in between my knees. Big toes are touching. And then you can just come down on your elbows. So it doesn't have to go, you don't have to go full on. If you're ready and you would like to do a full on child's pose, you can just stack your hands and bring your forehead on top of your hands. So let's go ahead and get there however you like to, either on your elbows, or you can bring your forehead down on the floor. Drop your chin down though. So wherever you are, let your chin completely drop to your chest. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale out for an open mouth. And I'm going to ask you to do this 3 more times on your own. So a nice deep inhalation through the nose. And exhale out for an open mouth. And then the next one, as you do it, really feel how you can broaden the back. So inhale through the back side body. Nice deep inhalation. Feel the back of your lungs expand. Feel your mid upper back expand. Feel your low back expand. And then let it go. Open your mouth and sigh it out. And then gently begin to press yourself up. You can put the blanket to the side for just a few minutes, and then walk your hands to the top of your mat. Now, as you bring your forehead down to the floor, so now you're in a wide-legged child's pose. Let your knees be super wide apart from each other. Let the big toes touch each other. And then let your elbows rest on the floor. So I want you to feel a sense of groundedness as you come into this child's pose. Feel as if the ground underneath you can actually come up and meet your body. So your elbows are resting, your forearms are resting, your hands are resting, your knees and the top of your feet and the shins are resting on the floor. And one more deep breath here. And then gently press yourself back up. Now lift your hips up towards the ceiling, so you're in this kind of a skewed tabletop pose. Keep the hips up, so you may need to, depending on the length of your torso, you may need to walk your knees away from your hands a little bit, so then the hips are still on top of my knees. And then now I'm just going to bring the forehead down. This is called puppy pose. So it's not child's pose. Your hips are definitely lifted off your heels. And then your arms are a little bit more active. So your arms are like in downward facing dog, but then you're on your knees. Now spread your fingers wide apart from each other as if you have duck feet. And then as you do that, rotate your upper arms away from each other. So it's like an external rotation of the shoulders. So the arms become really active. The elbows are lifted. And then as you're pressing your mat away, you're lifting your sit bones up towards the sky. Now see if you can pull the belly in and narrow your waist, so you're really, really lengthening your back. Now take a nice deep breath here. Feel that nice stretch in the armpit and the shoulders and the upper back. And then gently begin to press yourself back up now. Come back to regular tabletop pose. Inhale, reach the left arm out to the side. Keep your gaze on your right fingertips. And as you exhale, thread that left arm underneath your body. Bring the left ear down to the floor. So as you stay here, notice if you're leaning a little bit to the right or to the left. Can you have equal weight on both knees? Begin to walk your right fingertips to the top of your mat. Take a nice deep breath here. And without shifting your weight in either direction, gently begin to rotate and twist your upper torso. So the thoracic spine, not the low back, but the thoracic spine, the upper back is twisting a little bit more towards the ceiling. It's almost like you want to come to the back of your skull. Take a nice deep breath here. Feel that nice stretch. Exhale. And then walk your right fingertips back to tabletop pose. Left hand comes down on the floor. Inhale, reach the right arm out to the side. Exhale, thread that right arm underneath the body as you bring your right ear down to the floor. And then now begin to walk your left fingertips to the top of your mat. As you do that, notice if you're shifting your weight over to the left or the right, can you have equal weight on both knees? And then with one breath, take a nice deep inhalation, and as you exhale, maybe you can rotate your upper thoracic spine a little bit deeper into the pose. So make sure it doesn't go into your lumbar too much. We still want to keep this about the upper back. And then let the head relax, close your eyes for a moment. Take a nice deep breath here. Exhale it out. And as you're ready, place your hand down and come all the way back to tabletop pose. Now this time, tuck your toes under, please, and lift your hips up to downward facing dog. Bend the knees deep, and then just walk your feet to your hands. As you walk your feet to your hands, have your feet be at least hip width apart. My knees are really bent, so make sure your knees are not straight. This is really important to release the back pain. Bring your hands to opposite elbows and then just drop the head down. Here, if it feels good, you can sway your back side to side. Let the head just drop. Imagine it's like a ripe peach. It's a season for peaches, so let that ripe peach just hang off the branch of the tree. And the way to know if your head is actually hanging is you can shake it side to side. If you can't shake it, that means that the head's not hanging. So let the head hang a little bit more, nice and stretch that hips and the low back and the mid back area. Let the head drop. Let the head drop. One more time, let the head drop. Inhale. And then gently bring your hands to your hips and come all the way up to standing. Keep the knees bent. As you come up to standing, now bend the knees. Your feet are still hip width apart. Sit into your chair as you lift the hips, lift the arms up towards the sky. Inhale, sit a little bit deeper into chair pose. And then as you exhale, take your elbows out to the side, goal pose. As you inhale, lift the chest up, keep the knees bent. As you exhale, pull the belly and round the back. So your knees are continuously bending, but you're just doing cat-cows in a chair pose. Inhaling, lifting the chest up. Exhale, pull the belly and round the back, keep the knees bent. Inhale, soften the shoulders away from the ears, even when you're lifting the chest up. Exhale, pull the belly and round the back. One more time, please. Inhale, 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 lift the heart up. Exhale, 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 pull the belly and round the back, bring your hands to your hips and come all the way up to standing. Stand tall. Inhaling, Urdhva Hastasana, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees and fold forward. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold and plant your left foot back behind you. Now as you come into this kind of a low lunge, walk your right foot a little bit more towards the midline of the mat. And then walk the left foot a little bit more towards the midline of the mat. So your right heel is going to be aligned with the left toes. This is very unusual. I never have anybody do this, but I want you to, for this practice, just this moment, right heel is aligned with the left toes. Now drop the left hip down, inhale. You notice that deep, deep stretch in the psoas muscle. And then keep the hips as low as you can. Now begin to straighten that back knee as much as you can. So lift that kneecap up, but you're still in a lunge. Inhaling. Now exhale, bend that back knee, bring it as close as you can to the floor. And then exhale, begin to straighten that back knee as much as you can. As you do this, you're actually activating that psoas muscle that gets really super tight as we sit for a long period of time. One more time, please. Bend the left knee deep, maybe hover it off the ground, maybe tap the knee on your mat. And then as you exhale, begin to straighten the left knee. Lift the kneecap up. Really energize that. Like imagine you have a wall behind that left heel. Make a nice deep breath here. Exhale. And then just gently begin to pick up the hips up towards the sky. Heel toe that right foot to the right side of the mat and step the left foot next to the right foot. Feet are hip width apart initially. Inhale, lift the chest up, keep the knees bent. Exhale, fold forward and step your right foot back behind you. Walk the left foot to the midline of the body, so the middle of your mat. And then walk your right foot to the midline of the mat so that the left heel is aligned with the right toes. Take a nice deep breath, lift the chest up, and then drop the hips down towards your mat. As you do, let that back knee bend a little bit or a lot. Take a nice deep breath here, exhale. Now begin to straighten that right knee and lift the kneecap up. 2 more times, inhale. Let the right knee bend. Maybe you can even tap the right knee to your mat. And then exhale and straighten the right knee. I'm sure you're all feeling this deep stretch in the psoas muscle. Inhale in. Bend the right knee, tap. Exhale, begin to straighten the right knee. And then lift the chest up. Hold it here for just a moment. Take a nice deep breath here. Exhale and lift the hips up. And then heel toe that left foot to the left side of the mat and step the right foot next to the left foot. Feet are hip width apart. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, hands to your hips. Come all the way up to standing. Reach up, Urdhva Hastasana, stretch it out. Exhale, bend the knees and come into chair pose. Take the elbows out to the side, goal pose. Inhaling, lift the chest up. Exhale, pull the belly and round the back as you bring the hands down. Inhaling, lift the heart up, arms are in goal pose. Exhale, almost like you're pressing your hands in water, nice and slow. Inhale, one more time, lift the chest up. Exhale, press the hands right back, push it back. Inhale, come all the way back up to chair pose, keep the knees bent. Exhale, fold forward all the way down. Inhaling, halfway up. Exhale and fold. Now drop the head down, stay here for a moment in your forward fold, Uttanasana. And then plant the hands down, step the left foot back behind you. As you spin the left foot flat, begin to come on all the way up so you're in your first warrior one pose. Lift the arms up. Bend that right knee a little bit deeper and then take the elbows out to the side. As you inhale, begin to straighten the right knee, reach up, maybe look up, really reach as if you're reaching for the ceiling. Exhale, elbows out to the side as you bend the right knee. Take a note and make sure that right knee is aligned with the right middle toe so that it's not going sickling in or out. Inhaling, straighten the right knee, look up, both legs are really strong and powerful. Exhale, bend the right knee, take the elbows out to the side. One last time, inhaling, reach up, look up, exhale, bend the right knee, and then take the elbows out to the side. Bring the hands behind you. Inhale, lift the chest up. You can interlace the fingers if that works for you. You can also just bring your knuckles to your low back. And then pick up that left heel off the ground, lifting the heart up. Lengthen the front side of your body, and exhale, fold forward into humble warrior. If balance is an issue for you right now, you can just lower the hands down, but drop the head down wherever you are. Take a nice deep breath here. Lengthen that back leg. Make that left leg super straight and strong. And then now everybody lower your hands down and step the left foot next to the right foot. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale and fold forward. Drop the head down. Shake your head side to side. Step your right foot back, please. And spin that right foot flat so you can lift up to your warrior one pose. Arms come up. Bending that left knee a little bit deeper. Inhale here. As you exhale, straighten the left knee and take the elbows out to the side goal pose. Inhaling, reach up, maybe look up. Exhale, straighten the left knee as you take the elbows out. Inhaling, lift up. Exhale, straighten the right knee. And then last one, inhaling, reach up, warrior one, Virabhadrasana A, hold it here. Take the arms down behind you, either knuckles touching or interlace the fingers. Lift the chest up, pick up that right heel off the ground, and then humble warrior, fold forward. Let the head drop. Again, if you need to, you can always lower the hands down to the floor for balance. Now everybody lower your hands down and then step the right foot next to the left foot. Inhaling halfway up, exhale and fold. Begin to bend your knees deep so you come into Malasana garland pose. We're not going to stay here that long, but I'd like you to turn your toes out and making sure that your knees and the toes are pointing the same direction. Bring the arms right in the middle of your legs as you lift the chest up. Press the knees to your triceps as your triceps press into the knees. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, release the hands. Take the right fingertips to the floor as you reach the left arm up. Take a nice deep breath here. Exhale, bring the hands back to the heart center. And then switch side. Left fingertips reach down. Right fingertips reach up. Stretch it up. Exhale, hands come to the heart center. Hands come back to your mat. Lift the hips up into forward fold. Step the left foot back behind you. Spin the back foot flat. We're going to continuously build on our little sequence here. Inhaling, warrior one, bend the right knee. Exhale, straighten the right knee, elbows out to the side. Inhale, back into warrior one, hold. Take the hands behind you, interlace the fingers or knuckles touching. Lift the chest up first and then exhale, humble warrior. Pick up that left heel off the ground. Inhale, drop the head down. Exhale, everybody lower your hands down and step the left foot next to the right foot. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, fold and step your right foot back behind you. Spin the back foot flat. Inhaling, come on up to warrior one. Reach up. Exhale, straighten the left knee, elbows out to the side. Inhaling, warrior one. Reach up. Exhale, hands behind you, interlace or knuckles touching. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, humble warrior, bow forward. Pick up that right heel off the ground. Inhale here. As you exhale, lower the hands down and step the right foot next to the left foot. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale and fold. Hands come to your hips and come all the way up to standing. Inhale, reach the arms up, chair pose, bend the knees. Exhale, elbows out to the side. Inhaling, lift the chest up. Exhale, just one time, press the hands down as you come into your cat pose. Inhaling, lifting the arms back up into chair pose. Exhale and fold forward. And then slowly begin to bend your knees again into Malasana garland pose. Spread your feet wide apart from each other so knees and the toes are pointing the same direction. Inhale, reach the arms out, left arm up towards the sky, right arm down towards the floor. Exhale, come back to the center. Inhale, switch side, left arm down, right arm reaches up. Exhale, come back to the center. Hands come down on the floor and lift the hips up, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands down, step your left foot back, right foot back, come to top of the push-up. Bring your knees down, your chest down, your chin down, and inhale, lift up to cobra. Exhale, press back to child's pose. Again, 2 more times, wave-like. So inhale, press yourself all the way back to the floor as you lift the chest up into cobra. Lift the heart up. Exhale, take it back to child's pose. And once again, inhale, 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 kind of like you're slithering like a little snake. Inhale, lift the heart up. Exhale, back into child's pose. And then coming all the way back to tabletop pose. Tuck your toes under, lift the hips up, downward facing dog. Bending one knee and straighten the other knee. And then bring your feet together, please, in your downward facing dog. Float the left leg up behind you. Inhale. And as you exhale, take the left leg behind the right leg. So I'm crossing my ankles. I have to really bend my right knee deep. And then press the earth away as I stretch into this kind of a cross-legged downward facing dog. Now inhale, take the left leg back up towards the ceiling and then place that left foot next to the right foot. Inhaling, right leg goes up. Exhale, right ankle behind the left ankle as you bend both knees. See if you can lower that right heel down towards the floor. If it doesn't come down, that's okay, don't force it. But I need to bend the left knee a lot deeper. Inhaling, float the left leg up. Exhale, lower the right foot next to the left foot. Walk your feet all the way to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, hands on your hips, come all the way up to standing. Reach up, Urdhva Hastasana. Hold here. Exhale into your chair pose. Elbows out to the side. Lift the chest up. Inhale. Exhale. Do your cat pose in standing. Inhaling, lifting the arms back up. Chair pose. Exhale. Keep the knees bent and fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold and step your left foot back behind you. We're adding on now. Spin the back foot flat, inhaling, coming up to warrior one. Elbows out to the side, straighten the right knee. Inhaling, reach up, bend the knee, bring your hands behind you, interlace the fingers, pick up that left heel off the ground. Inhale, lift the heart up, exhale, humble warrior. As you come into your humble warrior, release the hands, left hand comes in the inside of that right foot, and then reach and twist over to the right. So reach the right arm up, revolve lunge. Take a nice deep breath here, stretch it out. Exhale, lower that right hand down and step the left foot next to the right foot. Inhaling, halfway up. Exhale and fold forward, step the right foot back behind you, spin the back foot flat, come on up to warrior one, reach up. Inhale. Exhale, elbows out to the side as you straighten the knee. Inhaling, reach up into your Virabhadrasana A. Take your hands behind you, interlace the fingers, right heel comes off the ground. Inhaling, lift, exhaling, humble warrior, bow forward. Inhale here, as you exhale, release the hands, right hand on the inside of the left foot, reach the left arm up into revolve lunge. Take a nice deep breath here, exhale, bring that left hand down onto the floor and step the right foot next to the left foot. Inhaling, lengthen the spine, exhale, bend the knees and fold or go into your Malasana, garland pose. Turn the toes out, knees out, arms on the inside of the prayer pose, lift the chest up. Inhale, exhale, release the hands, right fingertips to the floor, left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Stretch it out. Inhale here, as you exhale, come back to the center and then switch side. Left fingertips down, right fingertips reach up. Take a nice deep breath here, stretch it out. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart center, place your hands down and then step your left foot back, right foot back. Come to top of the push-up, lower down to bottom of the push-up or all the way down to the floor. Inhale, lift the chest up into upward dog or cobra. Exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Inhaling, float the left leg up. Exhale, take that left ankle behind the right ankle. Bend both knees really deeply as you press the earth away. Inhaling, left leg goes back up again. Exhale, left foot next to the right foot. Inhaling, right leg goes up. Exhale, cross the right ankle behind the left ankle as you bend the knees. You can really push the mat away so you can send your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Inhale, float that right leg up. Exhale, step the right foot next to the left foot. Take a nice deep breath here. As you exhale, come all the way down to the floor. So bring your knees down, your chest down, your chin down. Inhaling, lifting the chest up into cobra. Exhale into child's pose. And we'll do those snakes again 2 more times. Slither forward like a snake. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Lift the heart up. Exhale into child's pose. And one more time. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Bend the elbows so you can bring the chest down towards the floor. Lift the heart up then. And exhale into child's pose. And then stay in your child's pose for just a moment. This time, instead of a wide-legged child's pose, I'm going to ask you to keep your knees together. So knees are squeezed in together. Walk your fingertips away from the knees, and then walk your hands to the left side of your mat. Lean your hips over to the right side. Inhale, come back to the center. Walk your fingertips over to the right side of your mat as you lean your hips over to the left side. Take another nice deep breath here. Bring the hands back to the center. Drop the head down. Inhale. And then come all the way back up to your tabletop pose. Now I'm going to give you a couple of options here. If you can get into pigeon prep with no pain whatsoever in that right knee, go ahead and extend the right knee out to the behind you. Bring the right knee to your chest and get into your pigeon prep. So your right ankle is going to be close to your left wrist. You're going to extend that left leg back behind you. And even if that left knee is bent, that's okay. It's not a mandatory thing. But I want you to initially start with your chest lifted. If this is absolutely a no-no and you feel pain in your knee, please go ahead and get out of that and come into figure 4 on your back. So really, really important that you are not feeling any twinge or anything in that right knee, making sure that your right knee is okay. Sometimes if I really want to be there and the right knee is not cooperating, I also take a blanket and I put it under my right thigh, and this lifts up the ground, so it's actually a lot more gentle on that knee. Wherever you are, we're going to stay here for about a minute. So either in pigeon prep or you're in figure 4 on your back. Inhale, lift the chest up, and exhale and fold forward. So close your eyes for a minute. Let the shoulders be soft away from the ears. Take a nice deep breath here. If you're in your back, you can interlace your fingers behind the left hamstring and just kind of guide that right knee away from the right shoulder as you bring the left knee closer to your chest. If you're in pigeon prep, if you like to add a twist, which is one of my favorite things, you press yourself halfway up, take that left arm out to the side, and then thread the left arm under your body just like you did before, and then lower the left ear down to the floor. So it's a little bit of a pigeon prep with a little twist, gentle twist. Close your eyes, we have 30 more seconds here. Remember, if you feel any pain whatsoever, we're not tolerating any pain in the knee. So if you do, please come out and get on your back in pigeon prep. I'm sorry, the figure 4. And then we have 15 more seconds. Take a nice deep breath into that right hip. And then gently begin to come back up. If you're on your back, you can go ahead and switch to the other side. If you are in pigeon prep, you can take that right leg back behind you and move however organically comes to you. Maybe you like to shake that leg out. Maybe you like to do little big circles with that right leg. And whenever you're ready, no rush, send that left leg back, inhale, and exhale, draw the left knee to your chest as the left ankle comes towards your left wrist. So again, your options are either on your back, figure four, which is a really nice, safe way of approaching this pose, or you can always sit on a blanket. That also helps to bring up the floor closer to your bum. But we're gonna stay here for a full minute and a half. So we did 2 minutes on the other side. We're gonna do another minute and a half over here. Inhale, if you're in pigeon prep, lift the chest up. Exhale and fold forward. And then just stay here for a few minutes. If you'd like to go into that twist earlier, you can. But I would suggest that you stay here for till we hit 1 minute, and then the last 30 seconds you can go into the pigeon prep with a twist. Close your eyes, breathe into that left hip. If you're on your back, you can interlace the fingers behind the right hamstring and let that left knee move away from the left shoulder as you bring the right knee closer to your chest. Now, if you'd like to add the twist, this would be a good place to add the twist. So come halfway up, take that right arm out to the right, thread it under your body, bring the right ear down on the floor. This is a really lovely twist in the pigeon press. Close your eyes. Nice deep breath in. Exhale it out. And in this kind of quiet poses, just notice where your thoughts go. There's no right or wrong. They're just thoughts that appear out of nowhere and they go up to nowhere. Let the thoughts come and go, let the sensations come and go. And then as you're ready, gently begin to press yourself up. If you are on your back, please come to tabletop pose with everyone else. Take that left knee back behind you. Whatever feels good, you can do on that left leg. Maybe you like to do little circles or big circles. Maybe you like to shake that leg out. And then come back to the center. Whenever you're ready, lift the chest up. Inhale, exhale, pull the belly around the back. 2 more times. Inhale, 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 inhale. Let your inhalation move your spine. Exhale, 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 exhale. 1 more time, please. Inhaling, lifting the heart up, send the tailbone up. Exhaling, pull the belly in, round the back. And then tuck your toes under, lift, take your hips all the way back to your heels. And bring the inside edges of your feet together. So I'm literally clicking the inside edges of my feet. And then I'm gonna sit back and bring my knees together as well. As you bring your knees together, your hands can be on top of your knees. You can also, if this is really, really difficult for you, you can just kind of lean forward a little bit. So lift the hips up. If you can, stay on your heels. See if you can bring your hands to your heart and then begin to slowly pick up the knees off the ground. So we're in a toe stand, lifting the chest up, hands are on your chest. If you have a wall nearby, you can take your fingertips on the wall for balance, but really squeeze everything to the center seam of your body. So squeezing your inner thighs together, your core is engaged, you're squeezing the inside edges of your feet, your heart is lifted, shoulders are soft, and then see if you can slowly begin to lift the hips up and inch off the heels. Really squeeze everything together, take a nice deep breath here, and exhale, slowly lower down, bring the knees on the floor, lean forward, and tap the top of your feet down. And then gently cross your ankles, and you're gonna sit in between your heels. Extend the legs forward. As you extend the legs forward, draw the left knee to your chest, press your left foot flat, and then leave enough width between that left ankle and the right inner thigh, like 2 fists wide here. Slowly begin to reach the left fingertips forward, and then internally and externally rotate that shoulder in the shoulder socket. And as you do, begin to move that arm to the side until you can't go any farther, and your palm is up, so it's an internal rotation of the shoulder. You begin to bend that elbow. So my tricep is still in front of my left shin. I put my hand on my low back. I take my right arm all the way back, and maybe you can find your fingertips. If that's impossible, you can always just grab your shirt back there, or top of your tights, or just put your hands there, or if you have a strap, that could come in handy too. Inhale, lift the chest up. And in fact, if this does you don't want to do this, you can do the same thing that we did in our malasana. So reach the left fingertips forward, right fingertips up. It's all the same thing. Just a little bit of variation. Inhaling, lift, and exhaling, twist over to the right. Squeeze that leg, the bent knee, squeeze the calf towards the hamstring as much as you can. Inhale here. As you exhale, unwind and take the left leg, keep the left leg right there, put the left hand behind you, reach the right arm up, and exhale, hug the left knee. So here, this is a really great place to practice this. Ground down through both sits bones, so you're not leaning back or forward or side to side, but you're sitting tall and both sits bones are grounded. Your right leg is really strong and powerful, pressing down, straight leg. If this feels really easy for you, you can always take the right arm, right elbow to the outside of the left knee. And if you do that, press that left knee to the outside of the right elbow as you press the elbow into the knee. Marichiyasana. Lift the chest up into your twist. Really wonderful, wonderful twist. Exhale it out. You can take your gaze over to the left shoulder if you like. Inhale and exhale, and unwind and straighten the left leg. Lean back a little bit so hands are flat, and just kind of shake your legs almost like you're sitting on a beach somewhere. Just let everything soften. So we're kind of neutralizing the back, and then come back to the center in Dandasana. Sit tall. Now draw the right knee to your chest as you put the right foot flat, close to your bum. Take your fist and make sure you have enough space here in between the inner thigh and the inner ankle. Left hand is next to you, right arm reaches forward, turning the palm up and down. So imagine you have a kind of a doorknob, you're turning it, and the doorknob is moving back, and you keep going with the doorknob till you have no place to go. And then you turn, bend the elbow, put that back of that hand in your low back, and then you take the left arm back there, and maybe you can find your fingertips back there. Again, options are just spread out the wings. So press that right tricep onto your right arm, right leg into the right tricep. And as you do that, you create a little bit of traction where you can twist a little bit more. And the intention is really to squeeze your calf to your hamstring and create a compression in that right hip. And at the same time, you're creating a really nice, safe twist. Take one more deep breath here, exhale it out, and then release. If you have a bind, release the hands. And as you're ready, we're gonna go into Marichiyasana. So take your right hand to the next to your body, reach the left arm up, and exhale, hug the right knee in. You can stay here, but make sure that left leg is really strong. So you're contracting the quadricep, you're pressing that left heel down, and then as you lift the chest up, you're rotating on your spine. Both sits bones are grounded, making sure you're not leaning back or sideways at all. So both bums are seated on the floor. If that feels comfortable and easy for you, you can always bend the elbow, take it to the outside of that right knee, and really press into that knee as you press the knee into your arm, right? So you're still sitting tall. You're not leaning back or forward or anything. Your spine is long, the crown of the head is reaching up towards the sky. Left leg is straight. Take a nice deep breath here. Maybe your gaze goes over to your right shoulder. And then exhale and unwind to extend that right leg straight. Lean back just a little bit. Maybe this time you want to come down on your elbows and just kind of wag your leg side to side, shake it out. Take a nice deep breath here. Exhale. Now sit tall once again. Dandasana, legs are strong. It's a really powerful, really active pose. Sit as tall as you can. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, bend the knees. Put your feet flat on the floor. Take your hips closer to your heels. Lift the arms forward and exhale and slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. And as you come down here, bring the right knee to your chest, left knee to your chest, and happy baby pose. Grab the outside edges of your feet and just kind of rock side to side. And this should feel heavenly, like the first bite of the chocolate ice cream. The first bite of chocolate ice cream always feels heavenly to me. And then after that, I'm not so sure because of the sugar and everything else. Take a nice deep breath here. Exhale, rock a little bit side to side. Maybe you feel differently from me, which is okay. And then bend the knees again, hands on top of your kneecaps. Inhale, press the knees away. Exhale, Apanasana, draw the knees to your chest. 2 more times. Inhaling, straighten the elbows, knees move away. Exhale, knees come to your chest. Last one, inhale and exhale. Very nice. Extend the legs straight up towards the sky, and then take your hands on your hamstring and gently let the tailbone lift off the ground. So it's kind of like a forward fold or a Paschimottanasana, except you're on your back. And this should get the low back release tremendously. Inhale, and then exhale, slowly begin to lower the legs down. You can place your hands right next to your body and lower the legs down nice and slow. Take your time. And then as the legs come down, spread your legs wide apart from each other, at least mat width apart. Now turn your palms up, please. Lift one shoulder up and scoot that shoulder underneath your lung, and then do the same thing with the other side, like you're creating a little pillow for your precious lungs. Bring your chin slightly towards your chest. Let the back of your head rest comfortably on the floor, and you are ready for your Shavasana, my dear friend. Close your eyes. Let your breath be completely natural. You no longer need to control your breath. Feel the ground coming up and supporting you. At the beginning of our class, we felt the support of the ground from the anterior or the front side of our bodies. Now feel the posterior, the back side of your body, getting the support. Feel your eyes are heavy, sinking into the sockets. Your tongue is heavy. Your forehead is smooth. Open and close your jaws to make sure you're not holding on to any tension in your jaws. And then as you rest here in this pose, just notice this incredible, amazing body that you have. And just the willingness to be here to take care of yourself. Allow yourself, give yourself some love and kindness and compassion. What a great thing to be able to do. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through your practice. I hope you feel rejuvenated, refreshed, and feel the flow of energy all over your body. Maybe you feel some tingling in the toes and fingertips. You can stay here as long as you like to if you have time. If you like to continue on with the rest of your evening or day, please draw the knees towards your chest, roll over to one side, and then press yourself up to a comfortable seat. The refreshed one inside of me bows down to the refreshed one inside all of you. Namaste.